Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So today, we got the small account challenge, right? Now, I'm gonna say, I ain't even gonna lie to you, I didn't even spend a lot of time in my small account this week because this past week was a phenomenal week. We had so much going on that I just wanted to focus on my main account. And this week, I was about 95% on trades, right? We've been smacking IWM all week up and down. If you in the TPC, you already know what time it is, right? We smacked Verizon, Google. We've been getting busy in the market this week, all right? But I am going to go over some stuff that I see forming, right? And I'll go over the trades that I did take in the small account as well. Okay, so let me pull it up right here for you guys. So right here we're sitting at 509 74. I took two IWM trades. I lost on one, got some money back on the other one, and then I took a SoFi call, and then I got into a swing. Okay, so right now I am in a CLF swing, Cleveland Cliffs, currently down $8, down 11% right here, right? We got this call out for December 19th. This one is gonna print over the next couple weeks. That's what I'm expecting this one to do, and I'll show you guys the charts once in a few minutes, right? But let's go to the history. Okay, so we got like I said, I had smacked IWM. Well, I had lost on IWM, right? Had lost, what was it, $10? Yeah, I had lost $10 there. And then so IWM, I had made like $2 here, and then got into this SoFi call right here, paid 77 for it, and then I got out. Sold it for $6 profit. And then I got into this, not SoFi, this CLF one right here, and we're still in. We got it for $68 per contract. Okay, so like I say, I didn't take a lot of trades. We had we had FOMC. We had so many things where this account is so small. I didn't want to be super risky with it, and that's the thing too, right? Like your account size is going to dictate kind of like what kind of moves you can make. You see what I'm saying? Because if you have more money in your account, you have more uh, space for mistakes. When you have a small account, you don't have space for mistakes, right? So I wanted to wait until the market was a little bit more stable, like less things going on throughout the week to really be able to kind of like approach it calmly, right? If I take a L in my larger account, I'm not really going to be tripping off of it. But for the sake of the small account, I just wanted to relax, and I wanted to wait for the dust to settle, right? I didn't want to get caught up in nothing crazy and then lose $150 on a trade because it got down overnight when I was in calls and stuff like that, right? Because that will kill this account, right? If I could just stay within a couple dollars, even if I take an L, it's $5, $10, I'm cool with that, right? But what I'm not cool with is losing $150, right? Just because I'm anxious or I want to hurry up and get into a trade. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we're sitting at in a small account. But let me break down this CLF swing call right here. All right. So turn that off. Let's go to the charts real quick, and I'm gonna break down the CLF swing right here. Okay. So right here, let's go to. All right. So we're gonna go to CLF right here. All right. On the weekly, on the daily. All right. So as you can see, yes, on the weekly time frame, we came down, but we're bouncing off of this level right here. Also, on the daily time frame, We have this gap right here. We came up in the gap and then we came back down, right? If we look at the 30-minute time frame, right? We came up and then we came down some, and we're at this order block on the 30-minute time frame right here, and we have another order block right here. So this is a lot of support that's going to be holding it up, and there's a lot of buyers sitting in this area right here. And I took entry around like right here, okay, like 1250. So with that being said, I am looking for a retracement of this gap right here, right? If you look at the daily time frame, right? Let's look at the daily time frame, right? So we got December 19th out. We had a failed 2 up, came down, right? Now we had a 2 up candle right here. What I'm gonna be looking at to stay in the trade is to break above the 1271 level on this this right here, leading us into an uptrend, right? And even if we start to come up and push up, then I would love to be able to get out once it gets to like 1333. And because we could reject right here, and if we reject right here, we'll come back down, test one of these levels, and then try to bounce up and break back up to $14, right? But we have a nice gap here, and this looks like we could be coming back to the upside, right? And on the weekly, right, we got the downside out of the way, which is what it's looking like. Next week is going to be a telling sign of it, but we do have a whole month, right? We have a whole month for this, so I'm not really worried about this right here. Okay, so I already had a 3 bar, then we had a 2 down bar right here, and so buyers, this is a buying area right here, so buyers could step in right here, which it looks like they did, and then it looks like we should be coming up and retest the previous week's high and then the previous month's high right here. Even if we get to $13, that'll be a nice trade right there. This trade, I'm looking for it to hit about at least like 50 to 100% return if I see it through. Okay, if I see it through, and as long as the price action continues to be consistent right here on the daily time frame, then we should be good. And if we go to like the 6-hour time frame, some would say it looks like a bear flag right here, right? So we have to see if it's going to start coming up, right, and it breaks above here, or if it starts to come back down. If I start to see it come back down, then I'll cut it because it'll be a bear flag, and then we'll be coming down to 1159 right here, right? Or this 200 EMA, but more than likely this 1159 area. But look what happens when it comes down to this 1159 area. Comes down here, it created an uptrend, and then it went all the way up to $13 before it rejected, came down, and then it came down, consolidated a little bit, and then it ended up going all the way up here to 1450, right? And then as you can see, it came back here. But the thing about it is, I want you guys to pay attention to these wicks, right? And these big candles. So it had a big up move. And what do we know about the stock market? The stock market is all about balance, right? If the stock market is all about balance, then what that means is when we have a big up move, it has to balance out, right? So now we had a big down move, and look what happened. It came up, and it came up halfway, and then it came down some more. So now I'm going to see if we can retrace this down move right here, okay? If we can retrace this down move right here, and we could come up, we'll be positive on this trade. And if we can break through here and get back to this order block, that's even better, all right? So we have a down move here, boom. It didn't even feel this whole down move up here. So we also have room to go all the way up here as well, right? So I like the risk to reward on this trade right here. We do have time on the contract. We have a whole month and a half, so I'm not even worried about it. And when we look on the monthly, I know obviously last month is going to show red right here, okay? But like I say, we have a buying area at 1162 as well. So we could potentially come down to 1162 and then blast off and come right back up here. And then look at where it's been, okay? If you look at a bigger time frame, CLF, right? CLF has gone all the way to $121, right? It's gone all the way to $121. And right now, it is currently sitting at $12. So we have a massive, massive upside opportunity. And we're very, very low in regards to like the stock price and things like that. So yeah, I like where it's at right here. Looking on the monthly, it could come down to about 1167, but that is on the monthly time frame, right? We come back down to the weekly time frame. Looks like, okay, here it could come down here, or we could bounce right here. All right. So I'm going to be paying attention to that swing right there, and then we're going to see what ends up happening. But like I say, on the daily time frame, it looks like we are trying to come up and retrace this right here. So if we could get a retracement, we could take profits right here, and then we could keep going from there. All right. So that is my CLF swing that we're in right now, and we're going to see. And let me say this, guys, right? I want you guys to understand that you have to be okay with your risk or your leverage per trade, right? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is your journey, no matter how much you start with, is always going to be different. It's always going to be different from what you see somebody else, right? Somebody else doing. So you have to be okay with your journey, and you have to be okay with the amount of money that you're risking. Sometimes it's going to feel like you're getting set back, right? Sometimes it's going to feel like you ain't going where you want to go. But at the end of the day, if you are okay with the amount of money that you're risking, and you aren't blowing up your account, and you still have a fighting chance, you're going to be good. You are going to be good, okay? And I also want you guys to always make sure that you have the long term in mind. When you have a long term in mind, even with trading and investing, what's going to happen is you are going to be able to put yourself in a position of power, right? Because when you are short term minded, you're going to lose more money than you want to make, because when you're trying to make money now, right? When you're trying to make money now and you're trying to flip $100 into $1,000 today, you are going to end up losing $80, right? But when you're like, okay, I'm okay with making $10 a day, I'm okay with doing this thing for a year before I even expect results, that's when you're going to have the actual best results, right? That's also why I said I'm going to commit to a 52-week small account challenge no matter what happens, okay? I'm willing to put myself out there, right, and open myself up to the criticism, people telling me what I should have done, what I should have done with this trade, what stock I should have traded. I'm willing to open myself up and doing a brand new small account, right, with a couple $100 and saying, I'm going to see what I can do in 52 weeks. I am willing to do that. I am willing to show every single week, no matter what, right? You know why? Because I am long-term minded, because I understand all it takes is one day, 1 week, right, for your account to be flipped and to be tripled or quadrupled. I've been in the game long enough now, and I've had it happen where I'm waking up and we up 5K, right? 6K, 11K, 20K, 15K. And so because I know and I understand the power of that, I'm okay with being in a small account and doing it week by week, right? And I'm doing everything very intentionally, okay? Because I want you guys to, the perspective matters, right? Keep this in mind. If you have an account, a small account, right? Let's say you start with $500. If it takes one whole year and that $500 turns into $5,000, you 10x the account in a year, right? It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but I want to ask you this. In 1 year, where can you turn $500 into $5,000? Where can you turn it into? The banks are not going to give you that money. So this is what I mean about long-term minded. Now, can you do that faster? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's about understanding the systems that are in place and the things that are out there. When we're talking about getting returns, it's a lot slower. So if you go the slow approach with trading, you'll actually make more money in the long term, and then you'll be able to leverage that money and then grow it even faster over time, right? I want you guys to have a 2 to 3 year outlook with trading, right? Have a 2 to 3 year outlook with trading. Ask yourself, what can I do in the next 2 to 3 years instead of trying to make money over the next 90 days or the next 30 days, right? Focus on the skill set, focus on mastering the skill set, and then over time, you're gonna be able to make big money a lot faster. All right, so listen, I hope that this video helped you guys out. Tomorrow, we have a lot to talk about, so be sure to tap in tomorrow to watch this video, right? I might go live or I might not be able to, but regardless, I'm gonna show up for you guys every single day. All right, like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right, and also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right, I appreciate y'all time. Y'all, I'm gonna see you guys on tomorrow's video. All y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.